Why does everything suddenly feel off, like you're in the same life, but it doesn't feel the same anymore? Time feels strange, people act different, and your mind can't explain it. This isn't random, it could be a shift happening. Right before change hits, reality often feels unreal. Stay with me, because what you're feeling might mean everything is about to change. When your reality starts feeling unusual, it often shows up in subtle but noticeable ways. You might find yourself questioning small things, like why certain conversations feel empty, or why places that once felt comfortable now seem unfamiliar. Even your daily routine can feel slightly disconnected, as if you're moving through it on autopilot. This shift in perception isn't about something being wrong. It's often a sign that your awareness is changing. For example, you may outgrow habits, relationships, or goals that once made perfect sense. What used to excite you might no longer bring the same energy, and that can feel confusing at first. It's like your mind is updating, but your surroundings haven't caught up yet. This gap creates that strange, unreal feeling. During this phase, clarity doesn't disappear, it's being rebuilt. Your brain is processing new perspectives, helping you see things differently than before. Instead of forcing yourself to feel normal, it's more helpful to slow down and pay attention to what's shifting inside you. These moments can actually guide you toward better decisions, stronger self-awareness, and a clearer direction. What feels uncertain right now may be preparing you for a version of life that fits you better than ever before. Another important part of this experience is how your emotions begin to shift in unexpected ways. You might feel calm one moment and overwhelmed the next, without any clear reason. It can seem confusing, but this emotional movement often happens when you're letting go of what no longer fits you. Your mind and body are adjusting, even if you don't fully understand it yet. You may also notice that your intuition becomes stronger. Small feelings or gut instincts start guiding your decisions more clearly than logic alone. For example, you might feel drawn toward new opportunities or suddenly lose interest in things you once chased. This isn't random, it's your inner sense trying to lead you in a direction that aligns better with who you are becoming. At the same time, you could feel a temporary sense of isolation, not because you're truly alone, but because your perspective is changing faster than the people around you. This can create distance, even in familiar relationships. Instead of seeing this as a loss, it helps to understand it as a phase of realignment. The key here is trust. Even when things don't fully make sense, there is a process unfolding. Staying patient with yourself during this time allows you to move through the change with more clarity and confidence. Another clear sign appears in how your focus and priorities begin to reorganize on their own. Things that once felt urgent may suddenly seem unimportant, while new ideas or goals start pulling your attention. It can feel like you're losing direction, but in reality, your mind is filtering out what no longer aligns with your growth. You might also notice unusual coincidences, running into the right people, hearing the same message repeatedly, or opportunities showing up at unexpected times. These moments can feel too precise to ignore. They often act as signals, gently guiding you toward a different path without forcing you. At times, your motivation may drop, making you feel stuck or unproductive. This isn't laziness. It can be a pause before real movement begins. Your mind is creating space, clearing out mental clutter so you can move forward with better clarity. Rest during this phase is just as important as action. What matters most here is how you respond. Instead of rushing to fix the discomfort, allow yourself to observe it. Pay attention to what's naturally fading and what's starting to grow. This awareness helps you move with the change instead of against it, making the transition smoother and more meaningful. As this phase continues, you may begin to notice a shift in how you see yourself. Old labels, roles, or identities that once defined you might not feel accurate anymore. It can feel strange, like you're not fully the person you used to be, but not completely the new version yet either. This in-between stage can feel uncertain, but it's where real transformation starts taking shape. You may start asking deeper questions about your life, what truly matters, what you actually want, and what no longer feels right. These thoughts don't come to confuse you, they come to bring clarity. It's your mind creating a more honest connection with your values and direction. At the same time, your tolerance for negativity or things that drain your energy becomes lower. You may naturally pull away from situations that don't feel right, even if you can't fully explain why. This is a sign that your awareness is becoming sharper. Instead of forcing yourself to hold on to the past, allow yourself to grow into this new space. You don't need to have everything figured out right now. What matters is that you're becoming more aligned with who you truly are, step by step. As you move further through this phase, you may notice a quiet sense of clarity starting to return, but it feels different from before. Instead of rushing or overthinking, your decisions begin to feel simpler and more natural. It's like the mental noise slowly fades, allowing you to see things as they are without confusion. You might also feel a stronger need to protect your energy. Saying no becomes easier, and you stop forcing connections or situations that don't feel right. This isn't about pushing people away, it's about choosing what truly supports your peace and growth. Your priorities become clearer without needing constant validation from others. At the same time, new opportunities or ideas may start appearing, but in a calm and steady way rather than overwhelming bursts. You may feel more confident taking small steps forward, even if the full picture isn't clear yet. This shows that you're beginning to align with a new direction. What's important here is trust. You don't need to rush the process or have everything figured out immediately. The fact that things are starting to feel more stable again is a sign that you've moved through the hardest part. Now, you're stepping into a phase where things begin to make sense and where your next chapter starts to unfold naturally. As this shift settles, you may begin to feel a quiet sense of alignment with your life again, but this time it feels more genuine. Instead of forcing things to work, you notice that certain paths start opening naturally. Decisions feel lighter, and you don't struggle as much with doubt or confusion. It's not that everything is perfect, but there's a deeper sense of inner stability guiding you. You might also realize that your reactions have changed. Situations that once triggered stress or overthinking no longer affect you the same way. This shows growth. You're not just experiencing change, you've adapted to it. Your mindset becomes calmer, and you start responding instead of reacting. Another important shift is how you trust yourself more. You don't need constant reassurance from others because your inner voice feels clearer and more reliable. Even when challenges appear, you handle them with more patience and understanding. At this stage, it becomes clear that what once felt confusing had a purpose. It helped reshape your perspective and prepare you for something better. You're no longer in that uncertain space, you've moved forward. And now, you're in a position where your choices, energy, and direction are more aligned with the life you truly want to create. As you fully step into this new phase, you may notice a quiet confidence growing within you. It's not loud or forced, it feels natural and steady. You start trusting your path without needing constant proof, and that inner stability helps you move forward with more ease. Even when uncertainty appears, it doesn't shake you the way it once did. You'll also begin to recognize how much you've changed. The way you think, react, and handle situations feels more balanced. Challenges may still come, but they no longer control your emotions. Instead, you approach them with a clearer mindset and a stronger sense of control over your responses. At the same time, your life may start reflecting these inner changes. You might attract better opportunities, healthier connections, and situations that feel more aligned with who you are now. It's not luck, it's the result of your growth and awareness shifting your direction. Looking back, what once felt confusing or uncomfortable now makes sense. It was part of a process that helped you evolve. And now, you're not just moving forward, you're doing it with purpose, clarity, and a deeper understanding of yourself. At this stage, you may start noticing a sense of synchronicity in your life. Small events, conversations, or even encounters that once seemed random begin to feel meaningful, as if they're nudging you toward the right path. These patterns aren't coincidences, they reflect how your awareness and energy are aligning with the direction you're meant to take. You might also feel more inspired to create or take action. Ideas that once felt distant or impossible now seem achievable. It's as if the universe, or your own intuition, is handing you opportunities that match your growth. Even simple decisions feel smoother because you're more in tune with what resonates with you. Another key shift is the sense of flow you start to experience. Things move with less resistance, and you notice that when you stay present, your choices and actions carry more impact. It's not about controlling everything, it's about cooperating with the natural rhythm of change. This phase shows that the uneasy, unreal feelings you experienced earlier were temporary and purposeful. They helped you shed what no longer served you, preparing space for clarity, alignment, and opportunities that match the version of life you're stepping into. The reality you're moving toward begins to feel more authentic and exciting. As this transformation continues, you may notice a stronger sense of personal empowerment emerging. Decisions that once felt overwhelming now carry a sense of clarity, and you trust yourself to make choices without overthinking. This is a sign that your perspective has shifted. You're no longer defined by old fears, doubts, or limitations. You may also start attracting people and situations that match your new energy. Relationships that were draining might naturally fade, while connections that feel supportive and authentic become more prominent. This isn't about forcing change, it's about the natural alignment of your environment with who you're becoming. Your mindset also begins to feel sharper. Challenges no longer feel like obstacles, but as signals to act thoughtfully and intentionally. You begin to notice patterns in your life that guide you toward growth and opportunities, helping you navigate your path with greater ease. Ultimately, this stage reflects the culmination of the earlier shifts. The confusion, the unreal feelings, and the temporary disorientation were all necessary steps. They helped you shed old layers and prepare for a more aligned, empowered reality. By trusting the process, you move forward with confidence, clarity, and a sense of purpose that makes your next steps feel natural and exciting. By now, you may start noticing a sense of flow in almost every area of your life. Decisions feel easier, actions feel natural, and even unexpected changes seem to fall into place with less effort. This is the point where your reality begins to feel stable again, but in a way that's aligned with who you are becoming. Your intuition becomes a reliable guide. You instinctively sense which opportunities, people, or actions resonate with your path, and you no longer feel pulled into situations that drain your energy. Life starts reflecting the inner clarity you've been cultivating, making choices feel purposeful rather than forced. At the same time, a quiet excitement may emerge. You begin to recognize that the shifts you've experienced weren't random. They were preparing you for a version of life that better fits your values, goals, and true self. Even moments that once felt unreal now make sense as part of the bigger picture. This phase marks the completion of the transition. The uncertainty and discomfort have served their purpose, helping you evolve. Now, you're stepping into a reality that feels authentic, energized, and ready for the opportunities that align perfectly with your growth. You've not just survived the shift, you're thriving within it. Remember, every strange or unreal feeling signals growth and alignment. Trust your journey, embrace your evolution, and affirm, "I am ready for my highest reality." Comment this below, Quantum Core.